what's up? We are back with more Gurren Lagann. This is episode 17. That's right, we're not doing 16. I'm pretty sure 16 is a recap episode. And you know, I'm not gonna do a reaction video to a recap episode. I skipped that. And so like, if there was anything in 16 that I did miss, then I guess let me know. But I think it's just a recap episode and we can move past it. I also have been told for this episode specifically, to not watch the opening. So it's probably gonna play out. I'm just not gonna look at the screen. That's kind of what I did with like One Piece openings, when there were certain One Piece openings that people said like there's a major spoiler in this opening. All I would do is I would close my eyes or I'd look away or whatever, and I just vibe out to the music. I'm imagining the spoiler isn't within the music of the episode. I think it's just gonna be within the actual visuals of it. So I'm just gonna make sure not to watch it. And yeah, like then we'll apparently from next episode onwards it's fine to watch. So I'll be ready for that. But yeah, we're jumping into episode 17. Last time we kind of finished off the first. I mean, that was the first half of the show done, and we beat the Spiral King. Like we won. We got victory. But now we're gonna see what happens after that, because I imagine it's essentially there's probably gonna be a new threat. I mean, they were talking about like the moon or something, and so. It's like maybe aliens or something we're fighting for the second half, you know? Like I've got Dan on the brain, so like maybe it's actually the first half were like these monster things, you know, animal people, beast men or whatever. But then the second half might just be aliens. We're fighting aliens. I don't know. I really don't know what to expect. I'm excited to jump into it. Let's do it. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. You can also go to my Patreon account for the full-length reactions and early access. You can get next week's episode of Gurren Lagann on my Patreon account right now, so go check that out. There's so much extra content on there. It's really, really worth it. But yeah, anyway, let's jump into this. This is Gurren Lagann, episode 17. 7 years since the fall of Tepelin. 7 years? We had a time jump? Kamina City?
Free to come up to the surface and thrive.
What?
What are Lagann? All those mysteries and more remain unsolved.
This is crazy. I didn't think a time jump would happen.
All of us are in for ourselves. So we focus on tomorrow's not yesterday's lingering question.
Whoa!
Yes. We have all basked in this peace for 7 years.
Jeez, man.
Lord Genome's dying words gnawing away at us from the inside.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Hey, Nia. You're walking in heels now.
Aw, have a heart, Ross, you. Come on.
These are all citizen complaints.
Look at them. They're so cool.
Taxes are too high. Neighbors are too noisy.
I think that's great.
Is it, though?
It is kind of good.
Is something bothering you?
No, sir.
Well met, you two.
Look at her.
Hey, what's up?
Surprise! I made you lunch.
She's so cute. It's been 7 years. Maybe she's practice cooking.
Sorry, Rossiu.
Try to finish lunch by then, okay?
I would love if these two were dating. You don't know anything. Wow, I can't believe how different the show feels. It's like a reboot. It's like a sequel series that was released, you know, 10 years later.
Ciao. Come on. Do you
I like their outfits.
Find something up there, Simone?
Address him as Supreme Commander, Legal Affairs Bureau Chief Kitan.
All right.
Wow, Rossi is like
He said a million
gotten
apes.
pretty stern.
And if we don't find anything, no harm done.
You know, this is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
7 years
I
ago,
like
we
that they're
didn't
being
know the moon
proactive.
was a satellite of
You know, I want to know why you people stay working in the government.
Damn.
At every council meeting, all you do is kick back. Is that what your job is?
I don't think he's necessarily
Those who told
wrong,
us
but
they couldn't
Rossio
handle
is
the job and just
stern.
left. We're a lot more honest.
Jeez.
We're just gonna let Ross you oversee this one. That's all.
This is really engaging. I like this.
Ah, look at these two fine notables of the new government.
Oh my god.
Feel free to eat all you like.
He's fucking
Come on,
rich.
Simone, our beloved heroes.
You don't have to wear all the gold
Him
jewelry
hanging
anymore.
around.
just about to be an uncle, man.
It hasn't really sunk in yet.
Ah. Aw.
Hey, sis. You want
Are the
lunch
sisters
over here?
Like,
Yeah,
living
that's
together,
right,
or are they
yes.
just come here to help out?
I've got it. You just sit right there and relax.
I'm guessing she's just staying here to help her while she's pregnant. Aww. Nia's so pretty right now.
That's right.
Oh,
Well, Simone finally went into
wow!
a did he?
That's so nice.
What did he say to you? I have to know.
This is so cute.
Maybe it would be nice to have that kind of life now. My eyes would be your eyes. Your
Aww.
ears, maybe something like that would be nice.
Aww.
This.
Let's get married, Nia.
That's adorable.
No way. That's right.
No way.
Well, I thought that maybe two people really couldn't become the same person.
Oh my god.
Oh, brother. Anyway, he only meant it as a figure of speech. Sis spent 7 years trying to get those words out. So
Aw.
what about you, Nia? It's important what the words make you feel, not what they mean.
It's a good question. She's still wearing the ring. She accepted it.
Well, I'd say that's what makes Nia, Nia. It's the woman's turn this time.
Yeah, call him
Tell
and
him in words. Tell him how you feel.
yeah. If he put himself out there and you said no, now you have to you have to call it back together.
They would have liked the overkill of it.
Yoko! She learned to cover up a bit.
We can't talk you out of going?
Nah.
Going?
I'm just not cut out for all this government and politics stuff.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wait, that's not.
Oh, and you better keep Nia safe. Supreme Commander Simone.
She's got like a fucking... Oh my god, she's got like a hover bike?
I think you and I are different people.
Oh my gosh.
Very different. I think living together would work out.
Uh-huh.
And thank you. I love it. The ring, I mean.
Aww.
Yes!
You seem awfully happy.
That's so cute. I love this.
Rossio, what can I do for you?
But you should see this.
Viral.
Oh,
Okay,
damn
I'll
it.
take Gurren Lagann. With him, he'll...
Please focus on doing your own job, Supreme Commander Simone.
We're halfway into it, but this is my favorite episode of the show so far, I think.
The hell is Simone?
The Supreme Commander isn't gonna dirty his hands.
Oh my god.
Gimme, be careful.
Whoa! Love her design.
as ever to save, Dari.
Dari?
Bastard!
Are these the kids grown up? I kind of can't remember what they looks like super well. But the two kids we had.
For just a little longer.
I can go back and check my notes later for what their names are.
I'm very sorry.
Damn. I mean, pretty good. They handled him well.
Aren't you, Simone?
No, but I can see your point. He's right in that people should have the freedom to live where they
Tell me
want.
about drag to the surface people who want to live underground?
Yeah, there you go.
Wasn't truth.
Then why?
It's for population verification. If people live underground and out of sight, we won't be able to maintain an accurate
I
census
see.
of the population. It's the government's responsibility to prevent that.
Oh, and this is
You'll excuse me.
very similar to what
So what would you
Rossiu's...
do then, huh? If you found the millionth person walking around, that would be no different than what went on back in
That's
my village.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's what Rossiu is used to when he was young.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, this is really because they foreshadowed this happening.
There is also you, the younger generation.
Okay, so he's got loyal followers. He might kind of rise up. Whoa! Whoa, that's awesome. I love her design. That's so good. You see something on the moon?
Hello?
That's right. It's a girl. Yeah.
Yay,
Her name.
congratulations.
That's
wonderful.
I'll stop by the hospital later.
Uh-oh. Did we hit 1 million? Oh, the baby was the million! Oh, God! Alright, that's why they were showing that scene. And that's what the things were, like a population counter. The hourglasses.
I'll call you back later.
Oh, shit! Oh, God, it's like Zelda. What the fuck? What's going on? Is the moon a mech? What happened to her? Did she just die?
You're to prevent the city's destruction at all costs.
Roger.
Holy shit, man.
Attack from
Damn. Damn, Jesus.
Just the two of us.
Oh my God, it's pretty scary.
The Gromprils are no match for it. Your old gunman couldn't so much as put a scratch on it.
That may be true, honestly.
Still fight.
Man, if she dies right after I start to like her. Oh, hell yes.
The city and all its citizens.
That's-
That is and should always be our #1 job.
Yeah.
This is the one place I can be me.
Aww.
Let's go.
I like that he's confident enough to say that and do that.
You keep taking the easy way.
The easy way.
Quit bugging me. Like I have time for that.
Oh, okay.
And shoving it hard right down your throat.
Okay, I thought he was gonna say up your ass, and I would have liked that. Oh! Nice! It's raining shapes. Oh my God! Jesus! Okay, that's a big part of the city fucked.
Attacked blindly and he completely destroyed it. Rash doesn't begin to describe the Supreme Commander's action.
Oh, come on. Whoa! Nia!
Is that Nia?
Oh, it's like a Nia hologram.
Cubes have achieved spiral power danger level 2 and are a menace.
Oh.
We hereby activate the humanity extermination system.
But they do it through Nia? Fuck! Oh, a new ED. No, I have to remember that the first ED took a long time to grow on me, but then I loved it. Okay, pretty good. Oh, there's more. Nice. Okay, wow. Yeah, I think that was my favorite episode of the show so far. That was great. And you know what I really like? This show, the first half of the show, really not my genre of show. I really enjoyed like what I saw, especially, I mean, the further we went on in the first half of Gurren Lagann, I sort of liked it more and more. Like I found more things that I liked about it. Like when Nia was introduced, man, like that's when the emotions of the characters started to hit me properly. Like when I actually felt, I felt properly for these characters then, because Nia was the one to like, you know, she was a character that I really got attached to, and then that made me like the other characters more, you know? Like sometimes it does take, you know, a little push for me to actually fully engage emotionally with a show. I can really enjoy a show without engaging with it emotionally. Like it doesn't, there's not necessarily a one-to-one correlation between enjoyment of a show and emotional attachment to a show, but it does, like if you don't get me emotionally attached, there is a limit to how much I can enjoy the show. So I'm, you know, when I was watching the early episodes of Gurren Lagann, I was really having fun with it, but I wasn't emotionally invested in it. And then Nia was introduced, and then I was more emotionally invested in it. But at the same time, it still wasn't like a setting that I cared too much about. I don't tend to care that much about mecha shows in general. Like, not that I don't like them, just that I don't really care about them too much. You know, I don't think about them. I don't consider them at all. So like, you know, I was really enjoying it, but it kind of wasn't as much my genre. But now that it seems like it's set more in like a more futuristic / modern setting with like society and government and citizens, and there's like more technology and all of that, makes me way more invested in it now. I'm actually really interested in seeing how this goes, because this is not what I didn't think we'd have a time jump. I thought like, I know what the Spyro King's words were, but I thought what the Spyro King was saying was once everyone comes to the surface, then like, you know, then everything's gonna get fucked up. Not like once we reach this amount of people, then everything gets fucked up, you know? So so the fact that like it specifically was like you're gonna grow your society for a while until it reaches this limit, and then everything's gonna get fucked up, is kind of crazy and awesome. But yeah, 7-year time jump is great, honestly. Like, really significant. It makes the show feel different. It like allows us to change up these character dynamics a bit. Like Rossiu now being like, I find this really interesting that Rossiu now is not an antagonist necessarily. He might be in the future, but he doesn't really agree with most of the others. He's kind of taking the measures that we're doing to the extreme. I mean, he had that thing of like, okay, we need to make sure we know where everyone is and make a count of everyone so that we can know when we hit 1 million people, right? And then because of that, he was like pulling people up to the surface. But the thing is, I feel like, I don't know this for sure, but I feel like it's possible that there were already 1 million people on Earth at some point in time. The whole point of Spyro King pushing people underground, right? Wasn't that to hide the people, essentially? I didn't think he was pushing people underground to stop the population from growing too big. Like, maybe that's a benefit of it, but I thought the reason he pushes people underground is because, like, you can't monitor how many people there are when they're all underground. So Rossiu trying to bring people up above ground so that he can properly count them, so that he can monitor them, doesn't that actually just add those people to the count who probably weren't in the count at first? I mean, I don't know what kind of technology the space people, the anti-spiral people have. Maybe they can just scan the Earth and like everyone who's underground and above ground, it adds it up. And if that's the case, then yeah, it doesn't really do anything. But it, like, yeah, that is, I just kind of assumed that was the major point of specifically keeping people underground. Because surely, if that wasn't the case, the Spyro King could have kept people above ground, but just limited the population. You know, kept people all in one giant camp or whatever, and did exactly what the Rossiu's original village did, which is when we get close to that number, we just kill people. That's essentially what we do, you know. Although, I mean, even in that village, they didn't kill them, right? They sent them out into the world, but that was basically the equivalent of dying, because you're not going to be able to survive out there. But yeah, anyway. So I think it's really interesting that's the direction that Rossiu has taken. Now I'm going to try to, like, I kept saying that I couldn't remember Rossiu's name. They said it a few times in this episode, so I specifically wrote it down, so that hopefully I would now remember it. So I'm going to try to say his name more often, Rossiu, so that I can properly, you know, memorize it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going back in my notes to see that episode that they were introduced in, and like see the names of these characters that I'd written down back then, if I had. Let's hope that I do have proper notes for them. I feel like it was in one of the really early episodes, like it was probably episode 6 or something. Let's see. Okay, lots of stuff there. That's when ReZero started, and so I had a lot of notes for ReZero. That's the Hot Springs episode. So is it before the Hot Springs episode? I can't quite remember. Gurren Lagann. Yeah, okay, so I got Rossio here. I don't have the kids' names here. I have the priest's name and the so okay. I'm gonna go find out what those kids' names were because I wanna see, like, am I right in that those are the kids grown up or no? Okay. We got yeah, Dari and Jimmy. Yeah, okay. Okay, it is. They are the kids. And you know what? Yeah, Dari changed her hair. Like she had sort of silvery hair, it looks like, in this picture that I see here. And then now she has pink hair. So that's why, like, she specifically was the one that I didn't recognize. I only recognized them because of the boy. I was like, hey, he looks like the kid that we had. So yeah, okay, so that's them grown up. That's cool. I really liked Dari's design. I mean, both of their designs were great, but like her design just changed so much. So yeah, and then we had the Simone. First of all, Simone and Naya, it's kind of nice just seeing that they straight up like are a couple. That on its own is really nice. You know, there's no like dancing around it. There's no like, oh, will they, won't they? It's like we jump forward 7 years, they straight up are together. I love that. I think that's great when you have just legitimate romance in there. And also, I mean, he proposed to her, and then she was like, I love the whole beautiful scene, and then she turns to him and goes, no way. It's so near. It's so perfect. Where it's like, she doesn't even realize how devastating it is to be told no when someone asks to marry you. She just doesn't get it. But like she genuinely was just like, what he said didn't make sense, so I told him no. it's very funny. But yeah, then it did get sweet, and then it got fucking sad because she's now, I don't know, being used by them. Like she got activated. Like she was basically a machine created for this purpose, and now she's being activated and controlled to, oh, that, man, it's really sad. That really sucks. Yoko, by the way, she wasn't in this episode much, but she has like a flying bike and shit. That's kind of cool. But yeah, it is kind of crazy that this episode like had, you know, 10 seconds of Yoko essentially, where the rest of, like, there was so much cast, and Yoko is one of, I would say she's like a main character. You know, if you have the main characters, it's Simone, Yoko, Kamina, Nia. Like those are, to me, those are like the mains. And yet Kamina's dead, and Yoko just like only showed up just to say like, hey, yeah, nah, this isn't for me, and then left. Which is kind of crazy to me that we're like focusing so much on so many other characters. But yeah, I imagine she's gonna come back and help out when things are really fucked. But yeah, I liked the way they did the population counter thing. Like, I didn't know what it was at first, where it had like 6, like, because it said 7 years later, right? And then it showed 6 hourglasses, and one of them wasn't fully filled in. And I was like, okay, that's like, that's a strange thing. But I was like, I thought what was going to happen was it was going to show another hourglass popping up to show it's been 7 years now, like 1 hourglass per year. That's what I thought that was showing. But then later, when the one of the sisters is having a baby, and then they have the baby and it goes bling and shows the 7th hourglass appearing, and then shit starts to go down. It was like, oh, that's a population counter. It's 7, because 1 million is 7 digits. Like that, immediately I was like, oh, that's such a clever way to show that. That's so smart. I really, really enjoyed that. But yeah, so I wonder what's going to happen here. I do like how far Simone's come. I mean, he's been put in charge, and he kind of does deserve to be in charge, because like Rossi's worried about him putting himself in danger, and you know, he shouldn't be the one to do that anymore and stuff. But like Simone saying like we're fighting for like proper freedom and peace for these people, and our number one priority is making sure the people are at peace. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to make sure the people are at peace. If that means I'm fighting for them, then I'm fighting for them. I really like that idea. Like, I'm not going to protect my skin over everyone else's just because I'm important now, you know? Because if it's between me and like me putting my life on the line and citizens putting their lives on the line, I'm the one who, like, me putting my life on the line originally is why we're in this position. So I need to continue doing that so that we can keep what we've got. But Rossio is like, well, now, you know, he's all about the proper like evolution of doing things. Like, you know, the way we used to do things is outdated now, and we need to move forward. And if that means taking away people's rights, if that means like taking away freedom so that we can do things the right way, then so be it. But yeah, the reason, like, it's really cool that they did the population thing back with when we met Rossio, like that episode where we find out, you know, they have to basically exile people because they don't have like the resources to sustain a population higher than a certain amount. Like, the fact that came back and is now the plot of the whole show, or at least was the plot of this episode, is really, really clever. I really liked that. And it makes a lot of sense why Rossio is the one most willing to do it, because from the village where he's from, that was how they survived, and he understands that. So yeah, crazy, cool stuff, amazing. Really, really good episode. I loved that. Thank you for joining me for episode 17 of Gurren Lagann. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. You can get next week's episode 18, on there right now. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.